Hello everyone, and welcome back to today's showcase on Dark Souls 3. Now, I'm trying to get through every weapon as fast as I can, but still one weapon away a day is good enough for me. But today I want to cover another axe. So I figured, okay, I've done the hand axe, what's the next step up? Well, in that case I think it would be the plain old battle axe. Now the battle axe is pretty much a very common weapon, but when you find it in the game, it's called a deep battle axe, which is weird. It's the only way you can actually find it, because it's already enchanted with or infused. So, because I like you guys so much, I went and took it off so you can see its full damage value instead of having that deep gem on there. So yeah, it's the plain old battle axe, used commonly throughout Europe in most medieval times, as a weapon of war and a tool you can use around. Now, the description reads, easily wield axe, crafted for battle and inflicting standard damage. What is standard damage? It's the only weapon to even claim that so far. Inflicting standard damage. In fact, when you find this, it says it does deep damage. Darkness damage. So many questions. Anyway, its weight could be used to inflict high damage, but it could be used carefully to leave the wielder open to retaliation. Wow. Okay then, the skill is Warcry. A spirited Warcry that temporarily boosts attack, which is pretty much the running skill for most of the axes. At least most of the small ones anyway. The big ones don't get that, unfortunately. Well, visually. Well, to be honest, in pre-modern times, the battle axe took on 100 different forms. There are so many different kinds that I couldn't even list them all in this 10-minute video. But here I found this one. It's just a plain tribal battle axe, as this people who sell it by swordsdirect.com, because there's no real design for a battle axe. Everyone uses their own design. But this one seems to be a bit dual purpose here, because you got a big axe head, obviously to decapitate and injure your foes, and the backside doesn't seem it's meant for battle. It possibly could be a tool side, where you flip it over and chop wood with on the battlefield to build, barricades, fortifications, etc. So that way you keep your combat side nice and sharp, while using the other side to do more common purposes. That's my analysis anyway. Is this weapon inspired by this item I found, or this picture? No, it's not, because they probably just took on a limb and just decided to go with a battle axe design. For the stats for the battle axe, going on physical, we actually got pretty good, decent there. We got a little bit of extra power compared to the normal basic weapons that we start with, and even quite a bit of bonus damage too. Moving on to trigger bonus, we got 2 Ds. So if I had to guess, that D is probably going to turn to a C in terms of strength, because it is an axe. I don't expect to have good... In fact, I'm surprised there's any dexterity damage at all for an axe. Trivia requirements is almost nothing at all for strength, just very little strength that you'll probably already have, and you'll need almost no dexterity to go with it. Moving on from that, we got the Warcry. The Warcry is a simple cast, it only does it once, there's no follow-up. It costs 20 FP, and the weight is fairly lightweight for what it looks like. It looks heavier than what it claims to be. Huh, interesting. For the animations, the basic attack, well, to be honest, all the attacks are the basic hand axe attacks, so nothing unique here. Power attack, you drag your giant axe into the ground, thus dulling it. Playing 200 version is just heavy chopping, and 200 is again the heavy chops into the ground. Nothing special there. Now you've also got the Warcry, which increases damage. Pretty much like a visual on fire, you get around like 20% more damage dealt, is roughly the number. However, when you have this activated, when you hold the charge of power attack, it changes. So there's a normal one, and when you hold it, you do a run up, which is okay. And the sprint attack is simply chop. Now, I did remove the deep damage on this, so you get the plain upgrades as plain old Titanate shards, but you only see the plain damage. So we can see we get quite a bit of upgrade going forward a bit there. 12 on 12 and 10. That's very nice. And I figured as much, the achievement bonus for whoever went to C, which is good. Still getting a lot of damage out of this. Pretty solid weapon now. Over 300 damage being outputted by it. With my bonus anyway. How well does it do in the field though? Well, I assume it does similar to the hand axe, just more damage. I'll get for a back attack. Nice! Oh, yeah, it's 500 damage. That's a lot. And I missed. That's always embarrassing. Oh well. Wanted to charge up attack to see how much it did, but I'm thinking it probably do the same damage. I'm assuming the axe is not affected by armor too much, since it is an axe. Oh, prick. But in terms of overall damage, it has a lot of damage, just not very good reach or speed. I won't say it's the slowest, but it's far from the fastest. But now let's try the power up and then take it. So let's see. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Let's try this again. Oh, hello. Let's try it again. And there, got through the shield. Although, didn't do a very good job of it. You really had to wind up those attacks and expect him to sit there and do nothing. But oh well. This one, I'm just going to tear apart the Gorgile. It doesn't stand a chance. Man, that was too easy. With the extra power added, this weapon's just destructive. Then again, most axes are. But usually the problem is they're slow and they have low range. That's always a problem. But no matter. I don't find it, but don't have a hard time using them. I know one does. They're always an excellent choice, but I don't see many people actually use axes, which is strange. So against these Dark Knights, it does just as fine as against everyone else. Still do 500 damage by back attack. Mind you, that's with the power, it's the Moving on to pros and cons of the battle axe. On the pro side, you've got fairly solid damage. It also has that special that boosts your attack damage. And when you find it, it comes infused already with a deep gem. I simply had mine off to show its full damage value without it. On the con side, it is not really terribly fast or short. I'll say plain in terms of animations. Also, in terms of if you don't want a deep damage, you do have to use a Shivering Stone to get it off. That is a small con in its own right, but no matter. It's a pretty minor con. The score for the Deep Battle Axe, as you would find it be called, damage gets 8 out of 10, fairly solid. Reach 4 out of 10, since it is a bit shorter than a longsword. Animation gets 2 out of 10 for having no unique animations, but at least finding it's at least halfway through your game playthrough. Bonus gets 8 out of 10, for lots of bonus damage there. And Miscellaneous gets a 7 out of 10. Since you do find it, we'll have the Deep Gem infused, which is nice. So in total, the Battle Axe gets 29 out of 50. Pretty good weapon. It's okay. It's good. And there you have it. An axe that you can cut down your foes and trees in a nearby area without damaging the battle side. Pretty neat. So overall, it's pretty okay. Not probably the best weapon in the game, but far from the worst. In fact, I'm pretty comfortable using it. Just I'm not very much of an axe person. Never was. Never hit the hard rock. But anyway, that has been Showcase for today. I thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Take care out there.